Hello everyone, you're listening to Cricket on a Bridge with Shayunto, and in today's episode we have a person who is the absolute personification of grit and determination. We have Orpon Chakraborty amongst us today, and man, I admire him a lot. A very dear friend of mine, Orpon has taught me a very impactful lesson in life. With an unstinted and unwavering determination, you can absolutely achieve anything in life. He is one of the most talented musicians I've ever met. You give him a guitar and he'll absolutely melt your heart. Apart from playing the guitar and taking jibes at Neelu Bhattacharya, Orpon is a fervent cricket enthusiast. He's played cricket at a professional level and was an integral part of our school cricket team. An undisputed champion, Orpon is an inspiration by all means. Thank you so much, Orpon, for joining in my show today. It's such a pleasure to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you, Shanto, for the extremely lovely introduction. And it has been a pleasure for being a part of this great show which you have put out. And I have watched a couple of your episodes
Thank
in
you,
which you have
man.
laid a great informative series with everyone, and it's been more than a pleasure to be a part of this show.
Thank you so much, bro. This really means a lot. It's all because of your support, man. Everyone supporting me a lot. And it's been fun, dude. Honestly, it's been an amazing journey. And so, bro, tell me what's up.
Absolutely,
Like,
man. Absolutely.
what are you doing nowadays during quarantine? Have you learned something new? Are you working on something?
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Shanto, for highlighting this question, because I believe that for everyone, the quarantine, for this lockdown especially, has been a great learning experience. Although it has been a testing time,
Yeah,
it has been a great learning experience, because like we all have had so much time to grasp and really see on what skill sets we want to hone in this special
yeah,
time, and
exactly.
not forgetting to highlight the fact that my dear friend Shayanto, you have started this very own podcast series in the lockdown itself, which has been a gift for many like us who perceive for such information and valuable podcasts.
That's so kind of you, man. Thank you. I'm really flattered right now, but then it's really nice that my efforts are not going in vain. There are people who are actually liking my episode. That really means a lot. That itself is an achievement for me. Thank you so much, Orpon, for those kind words. And coming back to the crux of this show, so we're going to discuss about cricket today, as what is suggested from the name of the show, Cricket on a Bridge. So let me ask you something, Orpon. I know you've been an avid supporter of the Indian cricket team. So the current Indian cricket team, right, Orpon, is on the
Absolutely,
cusp of greatness. A lot of experts and cricket pundits have
absolutely.
suggested that this is the best Indian team ever. So, in your opinion, where do you think they can improve as a unit?
Again, a lovely question, Shanto, because I see like the Indian cricket team has always been a great part of like the entire cricketing world, and I think the comparisons which has been going on in terms of the old cricketing team setting a standard for the young cricketing team. I think the this era of the cricketing generation, it has really
Yeah,
set a standard of its own, which is, and it is constantly getting better. And I think for highlighting the negatives and positives about it, I think the focus really needs to be here is two
yeah,
points, which is firstly, India needs to back up its middle order, and secondly, the frequency of change of the lineup, because it has been
exactly.
there has been a lot of recent controversies with the middle order setup, and like
Hmm.
no proper batsman being set for middle order, and no consistency in the middle order as well as the bowling lineup. And I'm not saying that it has been a great of a negative deal, because we
Exactly.
have seen in the World Cup 2019 where India went up to the semi-finals, and like obviously there had been a lot of decisions which had taken a positive toll for the Indian team to reach such a pinnacle of success. But I believe the Indian team,
Yeah,
which is relying so much on Kohli's planning and dedication, and all the team planning which goes upon Kohli, like
yeah.
the selectors and other talented members of the Indian squad
Hmm.
really need to buckle up and set gears and come in
Hmm.
forefront, helping Kohli
Exactly.
with the planning of a great era of
Yeah,
cricketing.
exactly. That's a very interesting answer which you said, a very well articulated answer. And highlighting your point, I would like to just add something, Orpon. That is, I feel, as you said, I'm resonating your thing only, that the Indian cricket team is heavily dependent on Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and the other opener might be KL Rahul or Shikhar Dhawan. And the moment in a match, for example, if we consider the semi-final between India and New Zealand in the World Cup last year, that very match the top order failed to perform, right, and the middle order was suddenly exposed to the new ball.
Absolutely.
If I'm not wrong, it was second or third over when India were reeling at 5 for 3, and that time all these middle order batsmen who hardly played, like Kedar Jadhav, Rishabh Pant, Dinesh Karthik, who hardly got enough chances to play in the normal World Cup, in the normal group stages, and they came to the fore and eventually they could not perform. So this is something I really feel the Indian team management and the thinking tank should address if we have to cross that threshold, if we need to win a World Cup, because this has been a problem. This has been a problem for Team India, that they've not been able to win any major tournament. They're reaching up to the finals, they're reaching up to the semis, but they're not being able to cross that threshold.
Absolutely.
So that's a very good point which you said. So moving on, I would like to ask you another question.
Absolutely.
Orpon, do you feel it is actually right to draw in comparisons between, say, teams of the same country of two different eras?
Absolutely. Again, a very astounding question, because it has been of a lot of this question in particular has a lot of historic backgrounds, because we have seen all kinds of people of all ages constantly
Yeah,
contrasting between the new generation of cricketers and the young Indian team versus the old Indian team, which had obviously had a lot of journey and a lot of difficulties in their era. And I see a lot of contrast being drawn between players these days, because like as all of us know, the viewers who are watching this may know that this kind of question was first aired on a national television in a show called Coffee with Karan, where Hardik Pandya was asked between
exactly.
like an unfair question between who is a better batsman, Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar. And I feel that it is extremely
Exactly.
unjustified, simply because of the fact that like Sachin
Hmm.
Tendulkar had difficulties. The Sachin Tendulkar and the Indian cricket team of the past had difficulties of its own, had journeys of its own, and had a
Yeah,
set of
exactly.
setbacks and set of victories of their own. You can't just compare. You can't just draw up statistics like, oh, Sachin Tendulkar was asked to face bowlers like Glenn McGrath and all sorts of legends, but Virat Kohli, on the other hand, is facing relatively easier bowlers these days, because these comparisons certainly bring about a prejudice and illogical statements. Because I have seen a lot of young discussioners in these days, like obviously constantly
Yeah,
comparing between what are the contrasts and what are the setbacks of the current Indian team, and always going on a negative
yeah,
side, which I don't
yeah,
think
exactly.
really matters on what road we are, because ultimately the success is what matters. The success of the Indian team is what matters, and what is dear to us fans.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very well said. But when you said that the current Indian team, especially Kohli and the other players, are facing very not so good bowlers, I think that's very debatable. Like, people will have different
Absolutely.
perceptions about that. Pitch conditions and everything have changed. A lot of There's a
Absolutely.
whole truckload of expectation. There's a burden of expectations which might weigh down a lot of people, but it does not weigh down
Absolutely.
Kohli. Honestly, I'm not being biased, but in general, like, after he took on the mantle of the captaincy from Dhoni, Virat Kohli's performance as a batsman did not go down. If we've seen a lot of batsmen, after they get the captaincy, their batting has gone down, but that's not the case with Virat Kohli, and that's one trait I really admire in Virat Kohli. So obviously that will be a
Absolutely.
discussion for another whole day. But talking about your thing, even I completely agree with you that we should not draw in comparisons, because firstly the yardstick of measuring the yardstick of measuring the performance of two teams of different eras might be different. It might vary from person to person. It might be different for you, might be different from me, might be different from another person who's watching cricket. So
Absolutely.
that is very different. And also there have been so many cultural background and so many different things which we do not take into consideration when we're actually bringing in comparisons. So it's very unfair to bring in comparisons right now or during any time of like cricket. So that is it.
Absolutely.
Like, one more last question I'll ask you, Orpon. That is it. That are you looking forward to the test series that is starting tomorrow? Like this is the first test match which is taking place. This is the first international cricket or any cricket which is any form of cricket which is taking place after such a huge standstill after this pandemic. So are you looking forward to tomorrow's test series between England and West Indies?
Absolutely, Shayanto. The cricketing world has come alive with the announcement of a new test series, an announcement of an international cricket match,
Yeah.
of course. But I think this test series in particular, because like we have had so many setbacks in terms of financial economy slowdown, and this test series in speciality doesn't bear all the talented cricketers in a particular side. You see, there has been a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, a lot of force changes, because like a lot of players were about to play, but obviously a lot of players have been infected and are in the risk of getting infected. So I don't think it will be like the great contest which we have had in the phase of 2018, 2019,
Exactly.
the recent phase before the
Yeah.
coronavirus outbreak. And I don't think it will be really a talent of the clashes, because you see none of the sides will bear their best cricketers. But I think it is a good opportunity for us to know about the cricketing world, which will come alive
Yeah.
post the coronavirus, because new
Yeah.
rules and regulations have been set up by the ICC, new phases and new structures of the cricketing world. And I think it will be an interesting factor to
exactly.
determine the competency of ICC Cricket Board, of how it regulates cricket and normalizes the situations amidst the coronavirus pandemic, because we know it has not finished yet. So I think it will be a great test and a show of how ICC handles things.
Hmm. Exactly. So the ICC medical team and also the administrators, they have been doing a Herculean task for the past couple of months in organizing cricket and making sure we cricket fans and cricket enthusiasts, we watch cricket again, and we have to adapt to the new normal. Like there'll be no saliva rule, there'll be no exaggerated celebrations, and like they have to maintain social distancing. So it'll be a new form of cricket which we'll be seeing from tomorrow. Thank you so much, Orpon, for coming in this episode. This really was an amazing, informative video and informative and fun session I had with you. And I hope you enjoyed it and stay safe, buddy. And it was really very entertaining. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Shanto. It has been a privilege talking about all the cricketing stuff with a cricket enthusiast and also an expert in the field. And it has been a pleasure working. Really looking forward to other sessions and other podcasts with you.